Shalom Yasharallah. All praise and glory to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as always. We're going to start out with Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior. And we thank the Most High, our Heavenly Father, for everything, because He's worthy to be praised for everything. I was going over Joel, and I went from verse 1 to 5, the second chapter. I'm going to continue on Joel 2 and 6, so we can get a little understanding, edification inside Joel, the second chapter. So Joel 2 and 6 says, before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. So it says, before their face, the people shall be much pained. I mean, they're gonna be in a lot of pain when this go down. This prophecy go down. You say, all faces shall gather blackness. You know, you look at when the Twin Towers came down, how all that soot was in the air, and whoever was around it, it hit them. But when this destruction come, and it's gonna be all this black soot in the air, everybody's face was covered with ash, but their face gonna be covered with soot from the destruction that's gonna come down and go down. Look at go to Isaiah, because this is all prophesied in these scriptures. Go to Isaiah 13, and we're gonna look at verse 6 to 11. Isaiah 13 and 6. And they shall be afraid. Salakia. How ye? For the day of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. It's going to come like a destruction from a Mashiach Yahushua that's bringing the destruction of the Most High. Understand this. I mean, because look at Revelation 1, first chapter, in the 8th verse. I am Alpha and Omega. This is in red. The beginning and the ending. Said of Mashiach Yahushua. Which is, because he is, he do exist. It's not like he just appeared. He is now, in the present. And which was, he was. Now, you know, this ain't the Most High, because the Most High always is. Which was, because he came in the flesh and died for the sins of the 12 tribes of Israel. And which is to come. He's coming, the Almighty. See? So, that's why we have to get understanding through these precepts. So, going back to Isaiah 13 and 6 again. And it says, and reads, how ye, for the day of the Most High and of Mashiach Yahushua is at hand. It's coming. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Because the Mashiach Yahushua is coming to judge and make war. Revelation 19:11 down, it tells you that. It's going to come as a destruction from him, under the power of the Most High. It says, therefore shall all hands be faint. All hands going to be faint. And every man's heart shall melt. Everybody's mind, every man's mind going to melt. The heart is the mind. The thoughts going to melt. Melt. Like fire burning it up. And they shall be afraid. Hear that? They shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They're going to be in pain like a woman that's having a baby. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Their face is going to be as flames. We know the Edomite's face is going to be really red. Red. Flames. Could it be that people going to be burning up? Their face going to be on fire? Listen. Behold, the day of the Most High, what Mashiach Yahushua cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. He'll destroy all the sinners, all those that break the Most High's laws. All you that say that you're not under his law, you ain't under his rules and regulations, you a sinner, he say he's going to destroy all of you. It says, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. For all the destruction that's going down. You ain't going to see no stars. You ain't going to see nothing but black soot. Listen, you're going to find out from these scriptures. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth. Ain't no sun going to be seen. And the moon shall not cause her light to shine. You ain't going to see the moon at night. The bright, shining, bright moon is not going to shine. You ain't going to see it either. And I will punish the world for their evil. Hear what he said? He's going to punish this world for their evil. Which evil is what? Doing things that's contrary to what the Most High say this world should be. His world, just his world. And he ruleth in the kingdom of men. But no. Last kingdom that we're in now, they don't want to follow the way of the Most High. They want to follow his rules and regulations. That's why he said, and I will punish the world for their evil. This people. And the wicked for their iniquity. I'm going to punish the wicked for their iniquity. Their wickedness. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud deceits. All you proud people out there, you're going to be brought down. And I will lay low the haughty of the terrible. Hear that? He gonna lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. That's what he's saying. Go back to verse 8. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. A woman that's having a baby. Them contractions. Now they get stronger and stronger. Only one that know those are the women that had children. They can tell you about it. Said some of the worst pain ever. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Right? Now from there, look at Joel 2:7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. Now you know. It's going to be order. Most I deal with order. And they're going to climb the walls like men of war. Warriors. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks. They're going to be marching in order. Your right, live right. They're going to be marching. Not going to break their ranks. You hear what he said? He's raising up his army. Ezekiel 37:10. Spiritual now. Because we fishers. We fishers. When you read Joel 16:60, you say, we're only going to fish so long, they're going to send for the hunters. And that's what you're reading about here. Go to Isaiah 5:27. Isaiah 5:27. See, people playing around not knowing these prophecies. It's going to be too late if you don't pay attention. Isaiah 5:27. None shall be weary, nor stumble among them. None shall slumber nor sleep. Neither shall the girdle of their loins be loosed, nor the latches of their shoes be broken, whose arrows are sharp, and all their bows bent. Arrows gonna be shot, all their bows bent. Their horses' hoofs shall be counted like flint, and their wheels like a whirlwind. Spiritual power, rolling, taking care of the business of the Most High. Their roaring shall be like a lion. They shall roar like young lions. Yeah, they shall roar and lay hold of the prey. The prey is the people that's the Most High sending the anointed after. The destruction, the indignation, the fury, the wrath of the Most High. That's the prey. And shall carry it away safe, and none shall deliver it. You hear that? None gonna deliver it. And in that day they shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea. And if one look unto the land, behold, darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened in the heavens thereof. Ain't gonna be no light. It's gonna be darkness. And the miracle of it all is those that we read about in Joel 2 gonna see everything. That's the miracle. They're gonna see everything. They're gonna miss anything. Just a moment. We're gonna go to Joel 2 and 8. Joel 2 and 8. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in this path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. That's spiritual power right there. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. Remember, they're not going to break their ranks. They're going to walk everyone in this path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. He's letting you know. They're going to have spiritual power. We the Israelites are going to have spiritual power. Rolling in the power of the Most High. Go to Job 33 and 18. Job 33 and 18. Job 33 and 18. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. See? This is what the Most High does. He keepeth back his soul from the pit. That's from destruction, from destroying us. And his life from perishing by the sword. You hear that? That's what the Most High does. Keep it back his soul from the pit, from falling into danger, and his life from perishing by the sword. Like we just read. When they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Just the power of the Most High, spiritual power from the Most High. For the righteous, those that endure to the end, those that's not going to deviate from his word and truth. Jeremiah 36. Those that obey the Most High's word and his commandments and statutes. Job 36 and 12. Job 36 and 12. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword. See? It said if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword. So, we're looking at those that's not obeying. Job 36 and 12. Those that's not obeying, but if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword. So they don't obey the Most High's commandments. They don't obey his rules and regulations, what he wants us to do. They're going to perish by the sword. So that you know that these that we're reading about in Joel, they're going to follow the way of the Most High. It's the only way they're going to be here to have spiritual power. Not the ones that's not. Don't think because you're going to just do whatever you want to do, follow whatever you want to follow your own heart. Follow your own mind that the world tells you. And you're going to be here. Now you're going to be one of these. That's why he says, you be one of these. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword. You'll be the ones that's going to be killed. And they shall die without knowledge. They're going to die without knowledge. Of what? The fear of the Most High. Because the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. The respecting of the Most High. Keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword. Now, you know, these men are not going to perish by the sword. That's why I say, if they follow the sword, it shall not wound them, because they're obedient to the Most High's word. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. Verse 11. If they obey and serve him, as we're rehearsing right now and doing, to be one of these that's going to be filled with the spiritual power of the Most High. If they obey and serve him, Job 36 and 11, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures. See, because he's not a man he should lie. He told you, if you keep my commandments, I'm going to bless you to be above all nations. And that's the future. It's coming. And it can happen now. He said it. He's not a man he should lie. If they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures. That's what it's all about. So all these men that's in Joel, the 2nd chapter, this is what they're going to get. That's why they're going to have the spiritual power. Joel 2 and 9. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in all the windows like a thief. They're going to be rolling. Remember, they all in rank together. They all on one accord. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in all the windows like a thief. That reminds me of Jeremiah 9:21. Jeremiah 9:21. For death is come up into our windows, it says. Death has come up into our windows. They're going to climb into the windows as we just reading about. And it's entered into our palaces, into the houses. To cut off the children from without. Those that are without, those without. They're not going to the kingdom. And the young men from the streets. Oh yeah, that's drive-by shootings right there. Plus, that's what we're reading about. And them coming into the windows. And when they come in the windows, they're going to be killing people. As it is written. For death has come up into our windows. So if you don't have the spirit of the Most High, you ain't rolling with him, you don't have no relationship with him and the Mashiach Yahushua, I don't know what to tell you. By Shama Mashiach Yahushua, it says, for death has come up into our windows and is entered into our palaces to cut off the children from without and the young men from the streets. That's young people he's talking about killing. And it's happening right now in our lifetime. But it's going to escalate to another level beyond your imagination. Go to 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe means destruction to the world and all them that's dwelling in this world. For the sword and their destruction draweth not, drawing near. You know, the modern day sword is guns, draweth near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another. And swords in their hands. Modern day swords, like I say, is with guns in their hand. One people gonna stand up to fight against another with guns in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, rioting among men, and invading one another, coming into your house, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They don't regard no government official, no police, no army, navy, marines, air force, none of that. They don't regard the king and the princes, the president, the vice president. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're going to be doing what they want to do. Masses of people with guns in their hands, weapons of war in their hands. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You're going to be able to go from city to city. So you better have whatever you need prepared for what's getting ready to go down. Because it's going down. The heathen know it. Israel sitting back talking about it like you still in the Baptist church somewhere. Oh, the Most High gonna take care of me. He's telling you what's gonna go down. You better be prepared. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's martial law. That's martial law. I mean, they already experimenting. Shut the government down. Call a national emergency. That's martial law. Right there. When the levees broke, what they brought to Louisiana, martial law. They went through the city and disarmed the people that still was in their homes. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Once again, houses gonna be destroyed. Men gonna be afraid. But they can't do nothing about it. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Hear that? A man's not going to have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Going to destroy their houses with the sword. People going to climb it on the wall and come in like a thief. You ain't going to know when it's coming. You don't know what's going to hit you. If you ain't with the Most High, by Shama Mashiach Yahushua, you don't know when it's coming. You don't know when a thief coming. Thief come right now. You know it's coming now. He gonna come at a time you don't expect. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, that we reading about. The lack of food and great tribulation. A whole lot of hell going on. Martial law, people coming into houses, robbing them. You know, it's more people that's in the world than it is those that call themselves being security of America. And everybody's strapped. So, it's going to be on. Joel 2 and 10. The earth shall quake before them. That's a high level of spiritual power. So the earth gonna quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The earth Gonna be trembling. The sun and the moon shall be dark. For all I can tell you, all the destruction that's gonna be going down. The sun and the moon gonna be dark. And the stars shall withdraw their shining. They're gonna continue to shine, but you're not gonna be able to see them. For all the destruction that's gonna be going on and all the massive soot and smoke and darkness that's gonna be in the air. You're gonna be able to see nothing. You're gonna see the sun, you're gonna see the moon, you're gonna see the stars. All you're gonna see is soot and black smoke. Go to Psalms, 18th chapter. And we're gonna read from verse 7 to 14. Then the earth shook and trembled. Foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken, because he was wroth. This is the day of the Most High, because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils. You hear that? A smoke out of the Most High's nostrils, and fire out of his mouth. Devoured coals, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and darkness was under his feet. Most High dwell in darkness. Say darkness was under his feet. Darkness under his feet. What do you think we are? We're going to be under his feet. So the earth is my footstool. So the earth is like his footstool. The whole earth going to be darkness. Darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yeah, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. Hear that? He made darkness his secret place. So you see, all we reading about is darkness. You're going to see the sun, the moon, the stars. Darkness. He made darkness his secret place. Who going to be there? The Most High. Listen, he made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. That's why, look, when you read Psalms 104 and 3, Psalms 104 and 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, like we just read, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. As you see, if you ever flew in a plane, you see clouds, they be moving. Chariots of the Most High. Some be moving some way like normal, some be just like they be moving and like faster than the other clouds, getting ready to go take care of business of the Most High. See, the chariots, chariots are the vehicles, what they call the UFOs, they really exist. Only they called IFOs, identified flying objects. We know they're the chariots of the Most High we just read about. Go back to Psalms 18 and 11. Now let's read verse 10. Psalm 18 and 10. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yeah, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. Yeah, that darkness is secret place. You can't see in darkness, but he's there. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. He made the clouds his chariots. See? Darkness is secret place. You ready for that? Because he's coming. He's here already, but he's coming with this woe, destruction. But those that sin against him. Psalms 114 and 7. Tremble thou earth at the presence of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, at the presence of the power of Jacob. Hear that? Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Most High, at the presence of the power of Jacob. Earth gonna tremble, gonna quake before us, because the Most High gonna be with us. Mashiach Yahushua gonna be with us. The holy angels gonna be with us, because they right here on the earth, waiting on the commandment of the Most High to bring forth His judgment, His destruction, His woe, His indignation, His fury, His wrath, His anger. You ready for it? You hearing it? If you have ears to hear, you gonna hear it. Nahum, first chapter. Nahum 1. Nahum, the first chapter. And we're going to read verse 5 to 10. The mountains quake at him. You hear that? The mountains quake at him. And the hills melt. Because remember, the Most High is a consuming fire. But see, if you don't think, you got fire from his waist up, fire from his waist down. If you could analyze him as a man. Fire from his waist up, fire from his waist down, a consuming fire. He said, I will melt you. You think he can't melt you if he ain't nothing but fire? And how many degrees you gonna say the Most High is? You gonna put a certain degree on him? I don't think so. He said he gonna melt you. Listen, the mountains quake at him and the hills melt. The hills melt. And the earth is burned at his presence. You know that? Because he's a consuming fire, people. The earth burned at his presence. Yeah, the world and all that dwell therein. Hear that? Yeah, the world and all that dwell in this world. Who can stand before his indignation? Who gonna stand before the Most High's indignation? Are you that strong? You that bad? You that proud to think you gonna stand before the Most High indignation? We done heard twice. Men were afraid. Men gonna be afraid like a woman having a baby. Her contractions and so forth. Who can stand before his indignation? And who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? Better understand and recognize his fury is poured out like fire, because he is fire. His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. The Most High is good, and he's the only one that's good. Oh, y'all talk about y'all good. Y'all ain't the Most High. The Most High is good, and his law is good. His commandments are good. A stronghold in the day of trouble. Hear that? A stronghold in the day of trouble. We can call on the Most High. Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob forever and ever and ever. The Most High is good. A stronghold in the day of trouble. And he knoweth them that trust in him. He know them that trust in him. Because they rely on him for everything. And not just whenever you need him. Oh, let me call on the Most High because I need this and I need that. And I go, go on and tell him this and bring back what I want. Nah, that ain't no trust in him. You better humbly come before the Most High. A lot of you that's out there that's prideful, he say he gonna bring you down. He gonna lay low for you. You hear what he's saying? He knoweth them that trust in him. But with an overrunning flood, he will make an utter end of the place thereof. And darkness shall pursue his enemies. You hear that? Darkness shall pursue his enemies. Where he dwell in? We just read it. Secret places, where he dwell. In darkness. Darkness shall pursue his enemies. He gonna get them. What do you imagine against the Most High? What do you imagine against the Most High out there? You elite of the world. You demons in high places. What do you imagine against the Most High? He will make an utter end. You hear that? He will make an utter end of you. Affliction shall not rise up the second time. For while they be folding together as thorns, and while they are drunken as drunkards, they shall be devoured as stubble, fully dry. We went over that stubble. You know about that stubble. You should know. If you ain't knowing, you better recognize and go back and look at the lesson. So you said they're going to be, this time he said they're going to be dry. They shall be devoured as stubble, fully dry. That's like tumbleweeds that's just fully dry. The sun done burned on it until they ain't burned it up. Just made sure that it was fully dry. So when he set that spark on it, poof, poof, just explode with the fire when the fire hit it. And just keep burning. Only thing about it, it's not going to be like regular. Because, I mean, you got to look at how the power of the Most High is. Look at Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, if you look at Sodom and Gomorrah, I put pictures on my YouTube page of Sodom and Gomorrah. Look at those cities. Those cities still exist with whatever it is that he sent down to cover them up. After he burned them up, but he didn't burn them to the ground like things burned up here. They're burned up with the covering over them. To let you know it was a house there, it was an office there, it was a building there, it was something there. But it's covered up. Like he just covered it up. Man can't do that. Duplicate that, man. You can't duplicate Sodom and Gomorrah. That's one of the wonders of the world. And I've seen at least 3 cities covered up like that. All that wickedness that was going on there. That's how you're going to do this place. You're going to hear about it. It's all here. He ain't forgot. But y'all don't forgot. That's why you're doing whatever you're doing and think that there's no repercussion for what you're doing. You're going to reap what you sow. That's why it's important to repent and come out of whatever you're doing that's wicked. Or you're going to fall right in here. Or there's destruction that he's going to bring, and the woe and the fire that he's going to burn people up. Like I say, it's going to be stubble, very dry. That's going to be you. If you don't change, you don't become a new creature, be born again with the power of the Most High and learning his laws, statutes, commandments, learning what's right in his eyes, not your own. Isaiah 13 and 10. Isaiah 13 and 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. You know why? I can't say it enough. Because there's going to be nothing but destruction in the air. You ain't going to be able to see no sun, moon, or stars. Be nothing but black soot, darkness. In the daytime, the evening, the nighttime, around the clock. You ready for that? That's what this is talking about. That's why they don't want you to go into the Old Testament and look at this. In the Apocrypha, they took out. That's our story. It ain't his story, but it's our story, Israel. Jeremiah 4:22. Better wake up, Yasharala, before it's too late. Jeremiah 4:22. For my people, here it is. For my people is foolish. Hear that? Say, my people are foolish. They have not known me. Okay, let's look at that. Hold that. Foolish, right? Go to Proverbs 1 and 7. Foolish. They have not known the Most High. Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. My people are what? But my people is foolish. But fools despise wisdom, proper application of knowledge, and instruction. Knowing all this knowledge that can come out, Our people rather go out and just listen to some bull crap. Look at the news. Look at, read a paper. Look at social media. Whatever they give you to take your mind off of studying to know what it is that's getting ready to go down, which elite know. That's why they got their space station out in the sky, preparing to what? For what? To fight who? What do you need a space station out in the middle of the sky for? With all these nations that joined together as one, prepared to fight the judgment that's coming on this earth. Through Mashiach Yahushua, the Most High. But we know the end result, because it's all written here. But if you don't know, that's why it says, but my people are foolish. If my people is foolish, Most High said in Jeremiah 4:22. Why? Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. They don't fear the Most High. They ain't afraid of the Most High until something happens. Then they go to crying to us. Oh, please, please help me, help me, help me. Help me, Most High. Please, please help me, God. Help me. They call him God. Help me, God, which is dog spelled backwards, which is a word that the Europeans created. You know, has nothing to do with, that's just a title. Nothing to do with his name at all. So you call him a God, but many gods can show up. All the gods of the nations are idols. You know, I can pull off a whole lot of names of gods. Most I said, don't let them come out of your mouth, though. You know what I mean? But they there. They exist. You know who gonna come? Oh, you call me? Okay, here I am. Call them some wicked demons. You don't even know it. Because you don't know his name. You don't know how to call upon him. You don't have a relationship with him. I'm talking about the one of the Bible, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. See, that's my name forever, the memorial to all generations. So all you just tripping on the name, you better understand, you'd always call on the name of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Can't go wrong with that. He said, that's my name forever, memorial to all generations. Mashiach Shai acknowledged him as that. Paul acknowledged him as that. Peter and all the prophets and all the apostles. And here we are today. You should be acknowledging him as such. It says, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom. He said, my people is foolish. So they despise wisdom, the proper application of knowledge, and instruction. Can't tell them nothing. They don't want to be told nothing concerning the word. They want to just have their own relationship with their own power that they done called on. And they all suffering and going through all kind of changes. Then they want you to pray for them. But they praying to another power. I pray for you. Who you praying to? If not the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, don't pray for me. Straight up. Think about it. They be calling in some spirits that they working with. Been working with them. Could be a familiar spirit. Could be anything. But understand and recognize. Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. Most of his people is foolish. They have not known me. You hear that? They have not known him. They are sadists children. Silly, stupid children. Dumb.